Hi loves, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to show you how to do your makeup like Kylie Jenner. Now we all know that Kylie doesn't actually do her own makeup. She has a team of people to beat and snatch that face. One of those people is MakeupbyAriel. I've heard about MakeupbyAriel from Desi Perkins. I actually didn't know that he did the Kardashians makeup. So when Amy's Makeup Box posted this video about taking the masterclass, I was all over it. She took really detailed notes and she was kind enough to share the information that she learned in that masterclass with us on YouTube. So if you'd like to see how I got this glowy Kylie Jenner inspired look, let's get started. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Fenty Pro Filt'r foundation. I'm mixing 430 and 450. I'm dotting it on my face, and then I'm going to blend that out with an e.l.f. powder brush. So one of the things that she mentions is that Ariel doesn't believe in primer. I don't agree. But as you can see, I'm not using primer today. I think that primer can be really useful if you have sort of big pores or if you get really oily. But I think that, you know, if you're doing makeup on a celebrity, you're probably using really, really high-end products that might have some of those like primer-esque, you know, capabilities built into the product. So that's just something to consider. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r concealer in the color 390. I learned my lesson from the last video not to overdo it and just to kind of pull back a little bit. Okay, it's not that serious. It's a pretty thick concealer, and I'm just going to place this concealer the usual places underneath my eyes, my chin, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit around the lips. And then I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. small stipple brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. I'm also making sure to take that concealer all the way up to my eyelids. That way my eyes are already primed for when it's time to do the eyeshadow. Once the concealer has been blended out underneath my eyes, I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush. I'm not going to put any extra product on the brush, and I'm just going to bounce that and stipple that all over the edges of the concealer and a little bit over it. That way it starts to really create a cohesive blend between the foundation and the concealer. I want it to look highlighted, but more on the subtle side. For contour, I'm going in with my Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum in the color Hot Cocoa. Something that she mentioned that he said during the masterclass was that he doesn't draw lines on the face. He likes to apply the product to the brush and then use the brush on the face. I think this is a really great step because, like he mentioned, sometimes it might be hard to blend out those lines. They might show up under bright lights. So if you apply it on the brush, one, you use less product, and two, you just have a little bit more control. Something that I failed to mention earlier is that Ariel did say that he does makeup for bright lights. He does makeup for video. He does makeup for photography. So this might not be your everyday go to the office type makeup, but he's saying that he does his makeup on his celebrity clients so that they look flawless in pretty much any situation that they might be in. So just keep that in mind. I'm then going to pick up that e.l.f. stipple brush that I used to blend out the concealer, and I'm going to place that underneath my contour just to do a little bit of reverse contouring to highlight that area a little bit so that it makes my cheekbones pop out even more. Next, I'm going in with my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder and an e.l.f. pointed powder brush, and I'm going to set all the highlighted areas of my face. Over the last couple of months, I've kind of pulled away from doing too much powder, but something that Ariel said in the masterclass was that he uses a lot of powder. So today, we're going to be using a lot of powder. Just when you think there's enough powder, we're going to put on even more powder. So next, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is in the color Deep, and I'm going to place that along the contoured areas of my face using another e.l.f. powder brush, and then I'm going to go in and just buff my entire face together. This is going to give us that seamless look. It's going to make everything kind of look like it's cohesive and it's uniform. It's not going to look so disjointed. It's not going to look like contour highlight, you know. It's going to look like a face, but a face with dimension. Next, I'm going to go in and snatch my nose. I'm going to contour my nose using my City Color Bold Brow Powders and a Morphe M506 brush. A tip that he mentioned during the masterclass is to really take that contour powder up into the brow so that it starts to create that natural contour that looks like it actually belongs there. And then I'm going to highlight down the bridge of my nose using a beauty sponge and that same black radiance powder. I'm going to dust that off, and then I'm going to buff one more time with that Maybelline powder. At this point, you're probably thinking, girl, you've buffed away all your nose contour, but that's kind of the point. You want to contour, you want to highlight, but you want everything to just be there, but barely there. I'm then going to bronze using my CoverGirl Queen Ebony Bronzer on a fluffy brush. I love bronzing. It's my favorite step. I honestly feel like you could never over bronze. You're just going to look more sun-kissed, more tan, more warm. I'm taking that along my cheekbones, my cheeks. I'm taking it along my jawline, the perimeter of my face. Like I said, we're going to be using a lot of powder, so I'm going in with even more powder now. I'm going to pick up some of that Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder in Golden Almond, and I'm going to set underneath my contour one more time, this time with more powder to really cut those cheekbones, really make them pop out. I'm also going to set underneath my eyes and my forehead with whatever is left on the brush. I'm not really going to let that powder bake. I'm going to dust it off right away, but it's still going to be effective. It's still going to do that reverse contouring, and it's still going to make my cheekbones really pop. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see what the skin is looking like, and we are going to move on to eyes. For eyes, I'm going to be using the Beauty of Color Melanin Treasure palette. So for this look, I'm going to be going in with the Moonstone and Amber color on a Morphe E27 brush. I'm going to blend this all through my crease and my transition area. Something that he mentioned is that his application of the eyeshadow was honestly a little bit, I wouldn't say messy, but it wasn't super precise. So we're just going for a blown out kind of natural transition. Something that he likes to do is to really bring that eyeshadow into the inner eye corner and really bring it along the sides of the nose. It really helps to slim the face, and it just makes you look more snatched, and it gives kind of an editorial vibe. Next, I'm going to go in with that amber color on that same Morphe E27 brush. I'm going to place this a little bit lower in my crease, but I'm still going to bring that color along the sides of the nose. I'm then going to go in with a clean, fluffy brush and just blend around the perimeter of that eye look so that the shadow fades into my skin seamlessly. Next, I'm going to go in with that opal shade on a flat brush, and I'm just going to place that all over the lid, but I'm going to spray my brush with some setting spray first. That way it comes out super pigmented and super shimmery. You'll notice that I'm keeping this gold shimmer shade pretty low on my lid. Usually I like to carve my lid out super high. That way, you know, it makes my eyes look larger. It kind of counteracts the hooded eye vibes. But for today, we're not going to be doing any of that. We're going to be keeping it a little, just a teensy bit understated. I'm also making sure to fade out that shimmer as I reach the outer third of my eye. Moving on, I'm going to give myself a wing liner using the NYX Matte Black Liquid Eyeliner. And then I'm just going to clean the edge up with some concealer so that it's nice and sharp. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to grab that Moonstone color on a Morphe M506 brush, and I'm just going to smoke out my entire lower lash line. Next, I'm going to grab the diamond color on a flat brush, and I'm just going to place that into my inner eye corner and a little bit on my lower lash line as well. I'm also going to use that same color to highlight my brow bone. So I'm liking the way everything is looking, but you know, I feel like it's missing a little extra pop, a little sparkle, something to just make it stand out a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the color Rose Gold Retro, and I'm just going to apply that to the inner third of my lid. And then for lashes, I'm applying the Kara Lashes in the style 102. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara for my top and bottom lashes. I'm also going to apply this NYX White Eyeliner Pencil to my waterline just to brighten up my eyes a little bit. Alright, moving back to the face, I'm going in with even more powder. I warned you guys, this requires a lot of powder. powder. So I'm going to buff my face one more time with my Maybelline Loose Finishing Powder in Deep. For blush, I'm going to apply the Ruby color on an e.l.f. complexion brush, and I'm just going to take that along my cheeks and a little bit on my chin as well. For highlight, I'm going in with the Precious color on an e.l.f. small tapered blending brush. I'm just going to take that along the high points of my cheekbones. I like to put a little bit more right at the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to take that along my forehead. And when I apply highlight to my forehead, I like to think about creating a rainbow from the center of one brow to the center of the other brow, if that makes sense. I'm also going to place a little bit of that on my chin. And then I'm going to take a smaller detail brush and highlight down the bridge and the tip of my nose. I'm finally going to set my face with my Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. And then we're going to move on to lips. For lips, I'm not even going to do any lip liner today. I'm just going to go directly in with my NYX Butter Gloss in the color Praline all over my lips. This color is so beautiful. It is the perfect brown girl nude. It's the perfect chocolate nude. It's not too dark. It's not too light. I literally have like 3 backups of this color because it's just perfect. And then in the center, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Lipstick, just for a little bit of pinkiness and to just give the lips a little bit more dimension. And finally, I feel like I need a little bit more blush, so I'm going to go in with the Topaz color on that same e.l.f. complexion brush. And that's just going to help the highlighter and the blush and the bronzer, everything just come together in that region. I'm also going to bronze my face even more by going in with Moonstone and Garnet on a fluffy brush. Like I said, in my opinion, you can never have too much bronze. So that is pretty much the look, guys. I'm going to give you my thoughts here in a second. I honestly really love the way that my makeup turned out. It was a lot of powder, but for whatever reason, it just made my face look airbrushed. Using some of the tips and using some of the techniques that he mentioned, there was just something a little bit extra special about this makeup look. I feel like it looks flawless, and keep in mind, I'm not even using all of the super expensive products that he probably uses on his clients. I'm using drugstore. I'm just using your regular everyday makeup, okay? And we have to work with what we got. I don't think that the products that you use always matter. I think it's just a question of having a really good technique. So if you like this video or these type of videos, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you were not subscribed already. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day.